Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are drinking Mango Cart from Golden Road Brewing out of Los Angeles, California. Thank you for joining us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional, somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. Back to do that again. Thanks for joining us. There's Andy in the attic. There's Jay. I'm Ben. What are we drinking tonight?
We're going to have the Mango Cart. Golden Road Brewing.
All right. This one we've all had.
I would assume so, yeah.
I would hope y'all had this.
I've had a keg of it. So
I don't know how or why.
Is that your reasoning for going last?
Probably knowing him.
I do have the tap handle too, but I just didn't dig it out.
Smell that mango.
Smell that cart.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Yeah, I believe I've only had this on draft.
I've had cans of it just because I've been someplace where that's what they had. And it was the best option.
I've had it on an airplane.
Oh.
Flocculence in there.
Extra points for you.
Yeah. This is a fruited wheat ale, specifically fruited with mango. 4.0%, 10 IBUs. This is actually the first of Golden Road's Fruit Cart series, which was inspired by the fruit cart vendors of Los Angeles. As it says, it's a wheat ale with mango, Bravo hops, 2-row malt, and wheat, of course. That's the other grain. That's about it for the beer. Not a lot of. They didn't go really in depth on the website. Golden Road Brewing out of Los Angeles was founded in 2011. Founded by Meg Gill. Started as a 15-barrel brew house, then it expanded to a 50-barrel brew house within a year of opening.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Technically, it's a macro brewery. They were purchased up by Anheuser-Busch in 2015 to achieve national distribution.
Thus, you see it everywhere.
Yeah, they caught some heat from people in the craft beer. Just it's like, they're like they accused them of taking a big cash, taking the money.
Why not?
Essentially, yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, well, live comfortably and still stay on and do beer. That's one thing. So I'm not in the biz, so I'm not gonna sit there and
I would knock them for it.
But when a beer reviewer on YouTube sells out and takes a big cash grab, we're going to be here to complain about it and let you know
it wasn't us. Yeah.
So my can says Los Angeles and St. Louis, so I assume that they moved some of the distribution over to AB in St. Louis. And I would assume the cans that we probably got are from there. Just a guess.
They are Los Angeles's largest craft brewer. Locations in Anaheim, Huntington Harbor, downtown Los Angeles. The headquarters is actually in Atwater Village neighborhood of Los Angeles. The name for the brewery, Golden Road, is from the historic Golden Road in Los Angeles, which is known as Santa Monica Boulevard.
So I'll pose this question to you. If you sell to a macro, Should you be allowed to still call yourself a craft brewery?
If you make craft beer, I mean,
I would agree.
But
with
it's
Andy
craft
on
beer for the masses.
correct.
that. Yeah,
It's just an interesting argument.
you can see it either way, but I would agree with Andy and say yes. You're still making craft beer.
I mean, we see that with people like Dogfish Head. They got bought by Samuel Adams, and some of the others. I think Bell's is even a macro, isn't it now, Andy?
Bells, but when we went over Sam Adams, I don't think it was officially a macro.
Well, it should be.
Yeah, I agree. Was it like 5.9 million barrels a year?
I mean, when you see it in the big box stores like Costco and Sam's and others like that,
if you go cheap on your ingredients just to produce a large quantity, you are skirting the line. However, if you take for instance Colorado Native with Coors, I would consider Colorado Native to be craft. However, it is owned and run under the
Coors
macro, of course. So, you may have to take it on a case by case basis, and then you'll still have your people.
Just a thought that popped into my head.
Make us think. I like it.
All right. Who's going first on this one? We've all had it. I mean, like I said, I've had a keg of it. So
I'll go first. I always do. You always call on me anyway.
I'm not going to call on you.
So, the first aroma on this, obviously, like I mentioned, the mango hits your nose. That first sip or two is full mango, maybe a little bit of wheat, but it's pure fruit beer to me. Easy drinking, 4%. I mean, this is that crushable macro, if you will. Obviously, Ben's had a keg of it. And I enjoy it in certain occasions. Obviously, like the airlines, at one time it was one of the airline beers that they would give you if you're in first class or wanted to purchase a beer. So I've had it there, and some of the it was an upgrade. And some of the other airports or concert venues, this is one you see, just like we talked about. What was that? The beer hug series. A lot of those you see in the concert venues around here or sporting events. For me, it's a 7.5. I mean, it's good for what it is. I'm interested to try some of the others in this series because I don't know that I've had all of them. So,
yep.
But thanks, Ben.
Yep. I'll jump in and go next. Let Andy take a break. I think it's interesting though, going back to our macro craft beer conversation, and you mentioned the beer hug series. I mean, I think that's with Goose Island, that's
another example
of part of their beers that are definitely macro inspired versus their Bourbon County series.
County series, yeah.
It can be a little bit of both too.
Well, and the same with Dogfish Head. I mean, they have that, what was it, the Wake Up Worldwide Stout and some of those. They have some very unique, limited small batch series, and I think that helps keep the craft beer portion of them alive, which I'm glad to see a lot of the big macros keeping the names and the content of those. They could have easily just bought them out and done away with them. But I think they realize that there's a strong market for a lot of them. And if they can get the distribution across the U.S., they're buying into that distribution market for sure.
Yep. For sure. Back to Mango Cart. This is one that I will tell you can be hard to get through a keg of. I think overall, if you have it out and about, and we see this, I mean, it is at almost every restaurant here in our area. I mean, this is one of the craft beers that they have on tap. So, and oftentimes it's the only one they have. So This is one that I drink probably more than I'd really like to because it's this or some of the macros. But I got a keg of it one time just because of the low ABV, and I liked it. And then, by the end of the keg, I was like,
Yeah, I'm done.
I still like it, but it's just I've had enough of it for a long time, and I probably didn't drink it for about 2 years. So I'm just kind of getting back into drinking it now. That being said, it's mango, and then just a kind of a touch of wheat to me. I mean, you can tell it's a wheat beer, but it's you got to wade through the mango first. Overall, I think it's a good beer for people that like a fruit type drink and want something kind of light. Those that don't normally drink a craft beer. But overall, I think it's fine. It's again, I've started drinking it when I see it on tap when I have little to no option. 7.5. I think it hits the spot. It's a good enough beer. But yeah, we've got 3 others in this series that we're going to be reviewing that I'm actually super excited about because I don't think I've had any of them. And looking forward to trying this. Attic.
All right. The times I've had this in the past, I gave it a higher rating that I think is different from what I'm going to give it now. Those were when being outside. Because I know the ones I've posted on Untapped is outside, walking around, it was warm. And then another one, I was at a tap room and sat outside in a warmth.
I mean, it was like 95 with 110 heat index here today.
Yeah. I think this beer is best for when you're warm, when it's warm outside, by a pool, lake, river, beach. This serves well. It is very mango. As you said, the mango hides the wheat, and sweet. It is a very sweet beer. But more, and I appreciate a mango taste, but more mango than I want out of it. I want it to be, I want you to detect it, but not it to be everything. I want to get all the characteristics of wheat. And it's, again, I would probably rate it higher if I was sweating or I was by a body of water that I could appreciate and take me somewhere else other than this attic. That said, my score is going to be significantly lower what I gave the other time. I'm going to give this 6.5. Just more mango than I want.
You haven't gotten the pool installed in the attic yet?
We're working on the lazy river. So first.
Gotcha. It's coming. Yeah. Have attic tours started back yet? Is that
they never stopped.
Okay. Wow. All right. You heard it here. Get your attic tour. You can.
It was that from the Parthenon that we're doing. What is that? An attic tour.
Patreon,
whatever.
Parthenon.
A guided attic tour.
You can get an attic tour from Parthenon.
Yeah, Andy will give you a video guided tour.
There you go. We'll have multiple levels. You might even be able to stay in the attic. There's a mattress.
A deep dive.
That will be a 7.2 for the Mango Cart from Golden Road Brewing. Definitely one that you've probably had if you're watching this show, especially this episode, maybe. Let us know what you think about it down in the comments, and we would love to hear that. We are trying to make it to 500 subs by the end of 2025. You can help us with that by subscribing if you haven't done so, but also hit that like button for us. That would help us out as well. We got a bunch of links down below. Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server, it's chat room. We've got some Hopped Up Beer Review merch. We've got some glassware we show off on this show that you can get a link to purchase if you're interested, and some other things as well. So check all that out. And lastly, we have a Patreon, not a Parthenon, that you can jump into and check out if you are interested there. With that, for Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mate.